Welcome to Ingrid and Chris Bedtime Stories. Tonight we're bringing you a special extended magical adventure to help you unwind and drift off to sleep. Get cozy and settle in as we take you on a peaceful journey through the whispering forest. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more calming bedtime stories that will make your bedtime routine magical. Amara and the Secret of the Whispering Forest. In a peaceful village, nestled between misty mountains and lush green fields, there lived a young girl named Amara. She was known for her adventurous spirit and love of nature. Amara loved exploring the forests and hills that surrounded her village, and she spent many of her days discovering new paths, secret hideaways, and magical glades. But there was one place she had never ventured: the Whispering Forest. The Whispering Forest lay just beyond the village, and it was known for its mysterious reputation. The villagers whispered about the ancient woods, saying that when the wind blew through the trees at night, you could hear faint voices, the whispers of the past. Legends told of a hidden path deep within the forest that led to a magical glade, where the trees held the memories of forgotten times. But they also spoke of a growing darkness, of a shadowy force that sought to silence the whispers forever. Amara had always wanted to explore the Whispering Forest, but her parents had warned her that it was too dangerous. "The forest is not like the others," her mother would say. "It holds secrets that even we don't understand." But Amara's curiosity only grew with each passing year, and she knew that one day she would uncover the mystery of the Whispering Forest. One summer evening, as the sun began to set and the first stars appeared in the sky, Amara stood at the edge of the forest. The air was warm, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves, carrying with it the softest sound, whispers, faint and melodic, as though the trees were speaking directly to her. Amara's heart raced with excitement. This was the moment she had been waiting for. With her lantern in hand and her heart filled with determination, Amara stepped into the forest. The path before her was lined with tall, ancient trees whose branches reached up toward the sky, creating a canopy that shimmered in the fading light. As she walked, the whispers grew louder, and Amara realized that the trees were indeed speaking. Their voices were soft and kind, like the gentle murmur of a stream, and they spoke of times long past, of forgotten kings and queens, of ancient magic, and of the creatures that once roamed the land. Amara followed the path deeper into the woods, her lantern casting a soft glow on the ground. The trees seemed to welcome her, their leaves rustling in harmony with the whispers. After what felt like hours of walking, Amara came to a fork in the path. One way led into a darker, more foreboding part of the forest, where the trees stood tall and silent, their branches twisted and gnarled. The other path was bathed in soft moonlight, and the trees that lined it glowed faintly, their leaves shimmering like silver. Without hesitation, Amara took the moonlit path. As she walked, the whispers grew stronger, and she could make out words. Soft, melodic voices that spoke of an ancient guardian who watched over the forest. They spoke of a great tree that stood at the heart of the woods, its roots stretching deep into the earth where it guarded a powerful secret. Finally, Amara reached a clearing, and in the center stood the most magnificent tree she had ever seen. Its trunk was enormous, and its bark shimmered with a pale blue light. Its leaves glowed softly in the moonlight, casting a serene, magical glow over the clearing. Surrounding the tree were small, glowing flowers that pulsed with a soft, warm light. Amara's breath caught in her throat. She had found it, the heart of the whispering forest. As she approached the tree, she heard a gentle voice, as clear as the night breeze. "Welcome, Amara." Startled, Amara looked around but saw no one. The voice spoke again, and this time Amara realized it was coming from the tree itself. "I am Eldara, the spirit of the whispering forest," the voice said, soft and kind. "You have come far, and the forest has been waiting for you." Amara stepped closer, her heart pounding with excitement. "Is it true? Do the trees really whisper the secrets of the past?" she asked. Eldara's branches swayed gently in the breeze. "Yes, but the whispers are fading," the tree said sadly. "The magic that keeps the voices alive is weakening. A dark force has begun to spread through the forest, and soon the whispers will be silenced forever unless the magic is restored." Amara felt a surge of determination. She had always dreamed of being part of a magical adventure, and now it seemed her moment had come. "What can I do to help?" she asked. Eldara's bark shimmered with light. Deep within the forest lies the Whispering Stone, a magical gem that holds the voices of the past. But the stone has been stolen by the Shadow of Silence, a dark force that seeks to end the whispers forever. You must find the stone and return it to the heart of the forest before the whispers are lost. Amara nodded, her resolve growing stronger. "I'll find the Whispering Stone," she promised. With Eldara's guidance, Amara set off on her quest. The path grew darker and more twisted the further she went, and soon the comforting whispers of the trees faded into silence. The air became colder, and a thick mist began to rise from the ground, making it hard to see. But Amara pressed on, determined to save the forest. After what felt like hours of walking, Amara reached a dark, shadowy part of the woods. The trees here were tall and twisted, their branches black and gnarled. In the distance, she saw a faint glow, the Whispering Stone resting on a pedestal in the middle of a dark, swirling mist. But as she approached, she could feel the presence of the Shadow of Silence, lurking in the darkness, waiting to stop her. Taking a deep breath, Amara stepped forward. The shadows around her seemed to close in, their presence heavy and oppressive. "You cannot take the stone," a cold, hissing voice whispered. "The whispers will end, and the forest will fall silent forever." Amara's heart raced, but she refused to back down. "I will save the forest," she said firmly, her voice steady. With a burst of courage, Amara ran toward the stone. Just as the Shadow of Silence lunged toward her, she grabbed the Whispering Stone, its light filling the clearing with a warm, golden glow. The shadow recoiled, shrieking in anger as the light grew brighter, banishing the darkness and restoring the whispers to the forest. Amara smiled in relief, holding the glowing stone close. She had done it. She had saved the forest. With the Whispering Stone in hand, Amara returned to Eldara. As she placed the stone at the base of the tree, the forest came alive with sound. The trees whispered softly once more, their voices filling the air with the stories of the past. The glowing flowers around the tree bloomed brighter than ever, and the forest pulsed with magic. "Thank you, Amara," Eldara said, her voice filled with gratitude. "The Whispering Forest will continue to share its stories, thanks to your bravery." Amara smiled, feeling a sense of pride and peace. As the moon began to set and the first light of dawn touched the sky, she made her way back home, the whispers of the forest echoing softly in her ears. Thank you for joining us for another magical adventure with Ingrid and Chris Bedtime Stories. We hope Amara's journey has helped you relax and drift toward peaceful sleep. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more calming bedtime stories. Sweet dreams and good night.